My name is Jeff Dilbeck, and I'll be playing the role of the social worker.
My name is Blanca and I'll be the client.
Okay. Well, thank you for meeting with me today, Blanca. Come in and take a seat. And so, how are you today?
I'm good.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
You might be a little curious as to why we called you into the office today. I just want to first assure you that you're not in any type of trouble. A lot of times when people come into the office, that's the first thing that comes to mind. So rest assured, you haven't done anything wrong, and like I said, you're not here for any type of trouble. I received a call, and there are some people that have some concern for you. So, um, how have you been lately?
Well, lately I've been a little bit sad. Nothing makes me happy.
Okay.
I'm bored. Nothing about Mariposa excites me.
So has that always been the case, as far as being bored and sad in Mariposa, or is this something that more recently has become more so? Have you been more sad lately? Been more bored lately?
I don't know. I don't know. Just recently, a lot of things have been going on that just, you know, made me lose my focus. I don't, you know, doing things that I usually don't do.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like growing up, I was fine, and now it's just, things are not fine.
Okay. So they're not fine right now. So when you first came in, I told you that there were people that were concerned for you. Um, do you have any idea who those people may be?
I would say my grandparents.
Okay, yes, yeah. I got a call from Grandma and stating that her and Grandpa and everyone else in the family was concerned that there were some noticeable differences in sort of your attitude and behavior lately, and had noticed you sort of spending a lot more time in your room, and several things. Your grades have slipped a little bit, and basically, Grandma said sort of the same thing you said. Things just aren't fine right now. Now, a few minutes ago, you made a mention of that there's particular things that are different, not the same as when you were growing up. You had stated it was fine. Are there any things in particular that you could pinpoint?
Well, let's see. Well, my sister's pregnant right now,
Okay, so your
and
sister is pregnant.
um, after so many years of not seeing my mom, I'm starting to see her again in my life.
Okay, so you live with Grandma and Grandpa, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mom is not around that much, and she's been around lately.
Yes, she has been.
Okay. And is there any specific reason for that? Why?
Mm, well, I guess now that my sister's pregnant, she somehow wants to be part of her life, even though she never wanted to be part of my life.
Okay. Okay. And your feelings about that are
Mm, I don't like it. She comes around and she pretends that she wants to be this mom that she never was to me or to us. And, sometimes she gives me advice, and I don't know why she's giving me advice if she's never been in my life.
okay.
So I don't. It's like she's trying to take up this motherly figure, which she wasn't, and I don't like it.
Okay. So obviously, mom coming around is definitely an influence on the changes that people have been noticing in you lately. Would you say that's a correct statement?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So mom and sister is pregnant. And how is the relationship with you and sister?
Mm, I don't really care for her. It's like she's
Okay.
there, she's not. I'm in my room.
Okay.
I I don't want no one bothering me or talking to me. I just want to be left alone.
So is this younger or older sister?
She's old.
Oh, okay. She's older than you. Um, by about how much?
2 years.
2 years? Okay. So would you say, I mean, generally, brother and sister relationship, 2 years apart. Um, I don't want to say you guys have a normal or abnormal relationship. But how would you describe in terms of, would you say your relationship with your sister would be described as a normal relationship?
Mm, I wouldn't know because simply, we talk to each other just because we have to. It's not like I'm gonna go have a conversation with her.
Okay.
And it's not like she even worries about me either. Like she doesn't ask me how I'm doing, how I'm feeling.
Okay. And that's always been the case?
Um, no, I noticed it more after she got her boyfriend. She kind of just that became her world.
Okay. So would you say even though you and sister have never been the closest of siblings, as of recently, since she got her boyfriend, your guys' relationship is not what it used to be?
True.
Okay. So we have change in relationship with your sister, and mom has been coming around a lot more lately,
Mm,
which I'm not too excited about.
no.
Okay. Now, grandma called, and as with all grandmothers, she's very concerned about you. If you don't mind telling me a little bit, how is relationship with you and grandma? How would you describe that relationship?
Well, I love my grandparents because they're the ones who took care of me when my mom had to give me up.
Okay.
But recently, I can't really stand them either. I would forever be grateful for them being my parents or being the mom I never had.
Uh huh.
But lately, just I'm just not getting along with the people in my life.
And that's grandpa as well?
Yes.
Okay. Now you made a statement that you can't stand them, but
Yeah.
you're definitely grateful for them.
Mhm.
I assume you love them.
Yeah.
Um, if I were to ask you, what is there any particular reason we've talked about mom being around, we talked about sister,
Mm.
so basically a big change in the atmosphere which you're accustomed to. Do you think that has an impact on you not being able to stand grandma and grandpa?
It could be,
Could
but
be. Could be maybe. All right.
I just think I'm growing up. I'm just, you know, I feel like I'm getting older. It's not my grandparents. I don't want to be seen around with them. I
Oh, okay.
kind of don't want to be. I don't know. I feel like I want to be independent now. Now that I'm getting older.
Okay. And how would you say that grandma and grandpa, do they let you have independence? Are they,
Hmm. Well, I mean,
describe that to me. Are they sheltering?
mm, well, it can be a little bit of both, but I feel like there are times where I want to go out with my friends and they don't like my friends because my friends, they get high or they like to drink, and then when I'm around them, I get high too and I start drinking.
Okay. So grandma and grandpa do not like
Mm-mm.
you getting high and drinking.
No.
Um,
And that's, problematic for them because they don't like what I do, so I get angry at them.
okay. And when you get angry towards them, grandma didn't
Mm,
make it seem as if you get outwardly angry. You don't really yell at them. You don't throw any type of temper tantrums. You what do you do when you get angry?
mm, well, I go to my room and for a while I guess for like a year, I've been kind of taking out my frustration or my anger or by cutting myself.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because that was obviously definitely going to be one of the things Grandma had mentioned. There have been a couple occasions she found some blood in the bathroom and some razor blades and sort of put two and two together. Um, so that is correct. You have been cutting yourself. Um, now, what do you? Where did you learn about cutting? Is it for any particular reason?
Well, I mostly, I think I saw it online, I'm not even sure.
Okay,
And, I heard this was a great, that, a lot of people were, for a lot of people, it was a way for them to, I guess, release their emotions, what they were feeling.
okay,
And when I tried it, I realized that it helped me release my emotions, what I was feeling, the pain. It was just, it was like one pain was taking over the other, it's like physical pain was taking over my emotional pain. And
okay,
suddenly became kind of I don't know, like that feeling, that rush of, when you're cutting yourself and it's hurting and the blood, I don't know, it just kind of, I don't know. There's something about it that just kind of, it feels good and I don't want to, it feels good when I'm very angry or when I'm feeling a lot of emotions and, I just, so, I don't know, it just feels good.
okay. So I heard a lot right there. I
Mm-hmm.
talked about emotional release, physical release, pent up pain, um, anger. Would you say there's anger involved?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it directly aimed at, would you say, others, or is the pain aimed towards you?
I don't know. It could be both. It could
Okay,
be, anger towards my mom for never being there and just, out of nowhere she just shows up and she wants to be, you know, she wants to give me advice. She wants to be the motherly figure that she's not. And she knows she's not that motherly figure. So it's like she's pretending to be something she's not.
okay, okay,
And, my grandparents, they just need to understand that, I'm not little anymore. I'm changing. I have my issues, and I just want them to understand that.
okay. Now, I'm not going to speak on Grandma's behalf or speak for her, but she did mention a few of those things as far as being aware that you are growing up, as far as independence, and she also voiced her disapproval of the friends that you have been hanging around with lately. And they're in a difficult predicament themselves right now. Now your level of awareness for what's going on seems to be extremely high. I asked you why the feelings of anger and depression lately, and you immediately pinpointed some factors: mom, growing up, um, just changing environments, sister's relationship. Um, You said you've been drinking and smoking with your friends, um, and obviously the cutting. Um,
Mhm.
Now, if we were to, or if I were to ask you if there is any type of problem, and if so, what would you rank as what you would consider the most significant problem now? So the first part would be, do you see that there's any type of problem in your life right
Mm, problem per se? No, not really.
now? No problem?
No, you know, I like being by myself. I like being in my room. No one's bothering me, so I could just, do what I want to do.
Okay. So let me ask you specifically then. There's obvious concern for the cutting. Now, or to release a pain,
Mhm.
emotional, physical pain. Um, is there an attempt with the cutting to do anything beyond releasing pain?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. No, it's just a temporary. Well, I see it as a temporary solution to help me release my pain or my emotions. Especially when my mom's at home.
Okay.
I just go to my room and you know deal with what I'm feeling.
Okay. So basically, what I was trying to get at there, and you answered it very well. My concern was: is there any attempt, like a suicidal attempt with the cutting?
No,
No.
no.
Okay. Okay. Now this is Grandma and Grandpa's house you live
Yes.
in, and they're allowing Mom to come and visit
Hmm.
sister. Um, how
And
does
I don't
that?
know why. Like, I just, I don't, I don't even see the point of her even showing up or being there. It's not like she even helps grandpa or grandma. Like, she sees that they're old
Hmm.
and she's not even helping them around. She's just another, someone else to clean after, someone else to feed.
Okay.
Like, she comes over, but she's like a guest. She eats her food, she does her laundry. She does her laundry here. She's just. I feel like she's just using my sister as an excuse to come around.
Now, what did Grandma and Grandpa do? How do you feel about them letting Mom come around towards them? I
Hmm.
guess.
Well, see, those are her parents, so I kind of feel like they're obligated to, you know, have an open door policy towards their own daughter. So
Mm,
I feel like they feel like as a parents, that's their obligation.
okay, so you feel they're obligated.
Yeah, and even though, I don't understand why, I mean, she couldn't even do that to us. Right, she's bipolar, so we got taken away from her, and because of her, mental health,
Hmm.
she neglected me.
So definitely you feel there's a sense of obligation
Hmm.
on Grandma and Grandpa's part to allow her. Okay, so in this amount of time, short amount of time, we've covered quite a bit. So what I'm going to do right now is sort of go over a few of the topics. So I just don't go off on into left field and forget why we're here in the first place. So just a quick brief overview. Grandma called concerned about your well-being, about you being sad, just just a change in your behaviors as of lately. You confirmed that, saying you've been sad and bored a lot with a lot of things. Mom's been coming around a lot more. Sister's back at home, and just generally your relationships with your family aren't what they used to be. Definite concern behaviors concerning your cutting. Um, Substance use, smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol with your friends. And then gave a pretty thorough description as to the why, the why behind the cutting. You view it as a release of emotion, um, physical release of physical emotion.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and you view it as a temporary solution. No suicidal attempts whatsoever. Um, so there's now you view it as a temporary solution. I sort of want to focus on that, if that's okay with you. Um, the cutting is viewed as a temporary solution to what problem? If you were to describe what problem this is a temporary solution to, or problems.
Problems. I don't know. I guess it would be. Um, One would be probably for my sadness.
Okay.
You know, I feel sad most of the time.
Now, does the cutting remove the sadness for a brief
It
moment?
it kind of makes me feel alive sometimes. You know, like
Okay.
just when you see the blood, it's like I'm alive. There's blood in me.
And you like the feeling associated with that?
Yes.
The feeling of alive.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it brings a sort of rush to me. That's kind of like a different type of high.
Okay, so would you equate it with getting high?
No, it's different.
Different,
This is
different than
different.
drug
This is
use.
kind of like feeling pain. It feels good.
Okay. 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 So society's view of cutting is generally a bad thing. I think you understand that. You're
Mhm.
very aware of that. But in reality, it is a type of solution to a problem. Um, I wouldn't even say it's not the best solution or the worst. As of right now, it's your solution.
Mhm.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, ultimately your goal is you want to be happy.
Um, I just don't want to be sad.
You don't want to be sad.
I don't know happy. I don't. That's just. I don't think I would use that word. I'm not even sure if I really ever been happy. Like what does happy even feel like?
Okay.
I would even have to. I don't. Happy like that's. I don't even know.
Okay. So you don't want to be sad.
Yes, I just.
Okay.
I just want to feel normal.
Don't want to be sad. You want to feel normal. Okay. So the next few questions I'm going to ask you are, you said there's been a lot of changes in this brief time, probably in the last couple years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we were to look back prior to a couple years ago, and we won't use the word happy, but we'll use the term don't be sad. Okay. What are some things that you did that made you not sad? Were there any particular activities you did?
Well, I used to like riding my bike. It was fun, going down the hills, especially here in Mariposa.
Okay. So like a mountain bike?
Yeah, that was fun. I remember me and my friends used to go to this hill and we would just kind of go down on our bikes and we would race each other. And I used to be first all the time
Okay.
because I was good.
Okay. Um, so there was a sense of a rush. So there was a sense of a rush?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh wait, you paused. No, I'm sorry. Okay, pause
It's at 5:30?
Okay, so then you start with, so I'm gonna say, okay, so the bike riding made you not sad.
Yes.
Okay, could we go as far as to say it made you happy or
Mm,
just not sad?
yeah, yeah. You know what? Looking back, I remember that was when I used to, when everything was good. You know, I got along with my grandparents. My mom wasn't in my life anymore. She wasn't. I wouldn't see her like for months. That was good.
And that made you happy.
Yes, that made me happy.
Okay, so not seeing mom, would you put that as something that made you happy?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else in the past that made you happy?
I don't know. I guess it would be skateboarding. I really like going to the skate park, especially after school when there's nothing to do and everything around here is boring. But skateboarding is fun. It's a nice way to just feel the wind in your face and just, you know, it's fun. And it's something I could do with my friends. You know, all my friends like to skateboard.
Okay.
My grandma just got me a skateboard. She said hopefully it would make me happy.
Okay.
And it's really nice. It's like this neon green.
Okay.
I don't really ride it that much though, cause you know lately I've just been spending time in my room.
So we did identify then a few things that in the past have made you happy, and not just not sad. Um, Now, two of the things, the skateboarding and the bike riding, um, they seem to be a big part of your life in the past. But also they had something very much in common with when you were describing the feeling and sensation you felt when you cut. The release, a sense of excitement. Would you agree with that? You think there's any correlation between the two, or am I completely off base?
No, I think it makes sense. They're just two different types of excitement. I think.
Two different types? Okay. Okay. So, this is going to be my suggestion, and it's only a suggestion. Um, very, very intelligent, very educated, have no problem understanding good from bad, right from wrong. And you stated yourself, your cutting is a temporary solution. It's something you're not going to be able to maintain and do for the rest of your life. Okay. But it made you not sad. Now, these other activities, which we spoke about, that you've done in the past, also make you not sad. And a lot of times in fixing a situation, we look into the past and how we've overcome similar situations. Now, I don't looking for any type of guarantee, but are the skateboarding and bike riding activities that you used to do, are those things that you may be willing to try again to see if they would benefit you?
Yeah, I think so. Now that I'm talking here, I realize that I actually miss going outside and I miss riding my bike and skateboarding and, you know, hanging out with my friends. I don't know, I think that maybe that would make me feel less sad.
Okay.
Maybe that could be a solution for me to feel sad.
Yeah.
I mean, are you suggesting that I try these activities?
I don't want to in any way tell you what to do, but yeah, I would definitely suggest that. It seemed as if in the past it's worked, and I think there's a chance for it to work again in the future. So what I'd like to do now is that if some type of agreement that you're going to try those activities, but I would like to meet again with you in the future to see how that is working out, and basically just do a checkup and see how you're going in life.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.